Okay, let's get your bee suits on.
Okay.
All right, here's a box full of bee suits. There's a jacket, and there's a full bee suit. That looks like about the right size. Last year's honey that was crystallized, and we, for one reason or another, couldn't sell it. So we're going to feed it back to the bees.
See, they're already loving it.
It's been out in the hot weather, so it's
Uncrystallized.
it's mostly halfway liquid. So we're going to feed 2 hives, and the feeder we have in there is is a gallon each, so we need 2 gallons. Who wants to help scoop up some honey?
I will. Well, there's
We're going to liquefy it just a little bit, right? So it's a little bit thinner. It'll be easier for the bees to pick up if we put a little bit of warm water. We put a little bit of warm water in the feeder so they won't drown in it if they can swim through it. Right now that's too thick to swim through. We actually had a little bit of a honey flood in the honey room, so it got spilt on the floor. I had to scoop it up, put it back in. So of course we wouldn't sell something like that, but it's perfectly fine for bee feed. So we'll feed it back to bees. All right, while you're scooping in there, I'm going to start mixing. Okay, it's just the cordless drill with a paint mixer paddle on there.
Oh, look at the bee. He wants the honey.
Either way.
Yeah, it looks like caramel, smells like honey. So why are you feeding the bees at this time of year?
Well, we're having a bit of a drought, and so they're not bringing in a lot of nectar. And so we're going to supplement their feed by giving them some of last year's honey. It's good to do it at the time of year when it's warm outside. Right? We're not waiting until too late in the fall. And so that's easy for them to pick this up and store it. We're helping the bees prepare for winter early. This poor little bee, it's got honey stuck all over it.
Leave it to clean itself.
It's trying to take off, it can't. It'll clean itself up. We'll put it right here. I'm going to add just a little more water to that, and then we'll have just the right amount for 2 hives. Bees, you want to feed them as thick as you can so they don't need to dry it out. Because the bees will just have to take this water back out.
But you also have to have it flow through a bucket.
Right. That's pretty good. Let me just do this here. We'll get a little bit more off the sides.
Interesting because you have so much experience, like knowing like the amount of pressure to use to scrape honey. That actually takes like time to like figure out.
It does. That's true.
That little bee's looking at some honey off the edge of this feed bucket.
We are starting the smoker. First one.
Put it right up here and then put your match in like this, see, and then it won't blow it out, right? Ready? All right, put the lid on the smoker and keep the bellows pumping for a little bit till it's going good.
Far in the hole.
Just carry it by the bellows, like the pumper. Oh, that's spoiling full of bees.
Okay, thank you. Let's take out a frame or two just to see what they're doing. This one looks like it'll come out easy enough. Try lifting that frame out. This hive inspection is taking place on about the 3rd week in July. We've got 2 boxes on. That's good. Pretty heavy. Feels pretty heavy.
There's some
What are you seeing there?
honey on the sides, and there is some brood.
Okay, we know the queen's been up in the box up higher, and we got brood in there. Okay. Looks good. Let's fill up the feeder, and then it might be time to add another box too. Since we've been feeding them, they're doing well.
In there.
Yeah, we got a lot of bees that are crawling into there already, so we'll get this done in a hurry. Did the float come up so the bees have a raft to float on?
Looks like it did.
Okay. All right. Let's go over and feed the next hive. All right, come on, stand right here next to me. So you're going to use this hive tool, there's a pry bar, right? Put it right in between the lid and the box. Push it in there and then crank up. There you go. There you go. All right, now take the lid. All right. Take the lid off. You got it?
Yep.
All right, when you look in that feeder, now I fed them recently. Make sure it's empty. Is there anything in it?
I don't see anything.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's put the. See all these bees in the feed down there?
Mm-hmm.
They'd drown if we didn't get them out of there right now. So we're gonna put this in, and their buddies will clean them up.
Did the float come up?
If the float didn't come up, we'll make it. We'll reach in there. Let me see. Yeah, there's the float. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Now here's a little tip if you're using this kind of feeder. If you fill this kind of feeder clear to the top, then the bees can't drown in it because it'll push them. They'll float, right, and they'll float right up to the edge where they can crawl out. Yeah, they're going right to work cleaning up the syrup we just gave them.
There's so many.
Now they won't drown for sure.
That is one sticky mess of bees.
Yeah. All right, their buddies are coming to clean them up. We're gonna put this super on one of the hives. It's a shallow size frame, and it holds 5. But it's got mad wasps. So we got to get the wasps out first, then we can put the super on.
This is my cue to leave.
Hey, cameraman, come back here. There's no wasps on there now.
Huge. Oh.
What kind of bees are these? They're making a funny looking comb in there. They've got some rogue comb going. You can see the little baby wasps in there.
Ew.
Look at that grub sticking out of there. Look at that.
Ew.
Looks like about the same cell size as the honeybees make.
If you got gray honeycomb, then
When we're
it's
done
not bees you're keeping.
Right, we'll clean that up a little bit. Clean up the wasp out of there. That's all right. And this leftover where the bees built last year, they'll get started on there. That'll prime them and get them started a little bit faster. Okay, let's take this over and put it on each hive. And so we'll let the bees build comb in these, and we'll make some nice chunk honey or cut comb.
Stand back and look.
No, this lid doesn't fit now. I need the small lid. Don't go over there where there's wet, mad water.
Okay.
All right, we put a super on, and it's a 5-frame box. So we've got a smaller lid. We need to use the smaller lid to put on the beehive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, the bees have flooded up to the top of the hive where we drizzled the honey water mixture, the feed. And now we're going to put the lid back on and try not to smash every single one of them.
So it's only been 10 minutes, and we filled this feeder clear up to the very top. And they've already picked up about 3/4 of an inch of that feed already. These bees are getting busy, going right to work. I know they weren't that hungry, but they're busy as bees. Look what happens when a wasp gets in the hive. All right, let's put the lid back on and quit bugging them.
So when you put the hive on, you want to wiggle it just slightly so that the bees move out of the way.
There's no bees on this corner, so I start on this corner, right? I'll set that down, right where it goes. And then before I smash all those bees, we do this.
Yeah. If you just put it right on top of them, you'll probably smash a ton. But if you wiggle it, they'll say, oh, something's coming. We better get out of the way. Yep.
Hey, there we go. They'll crawl back in over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good job. That's all we got to do for today.
Cool.